Monday morning. It was a beautiful night last night. It was a little bit windy a couple of times, but nothing crazy. And luckily, you know, like around 5:30 or so, it got real windy and I was worried about it. But it's not windy, it's pretty nice now. But back there are a bunch of clouds. I'm gonna welcome some rain because it was really dusty, but I want to make sure I eat before the rain goes. So we're gonna get cracking on some breakfast. So just doing quick breakfast sandwiches today. Gonna do some croissant, egg, cheese, and some sausage. So it should be delicious. So back here behind me is this Colorado. It is pulling this teardrop trailer, and I commented several times, that is not an off-road trailer, but you can't tell him that because that thing has gone everywhere. There's been some rocks it has to be sliding on them, and it's just going anywhere we're going. It is awesome. It looks super comfy and cozy in there. It looks like a really clean setup. I love the little back kitchenette thing. That was one of the things I really liked about teardrops when I was looking for my trailer. I was considering a teardrop because of those, because I just like that you could have all of your kitchen in there. Man, it looks really nice. And when it gets real windy, it'd be nice to be inside the vehicle. But you know, trade-offs and everything, cost and also off-road capability. But I love that thing. That's a sweet setup. Okay, so there's just a couple more rigs. There's this awesome Colorado. I love the look of the Colorados. I don't know if it's because like I grew up with Chevy trucks or what, but I just think of all of the mid-size pickups, they're my favorite looking of your traditional ones. The Gladiator is probably the best looking, but I don't even call it a traditional mid-size pickup in my opinion. Then we've also got the Durango. If you followed my any of my big adventures with the Expedition Utah group, there's a couple that comes with their Durango, and this reminds me of it, and they're bomb. They go freaking anywhere. And then we've got this really cool, nice stock Tacoma back here. He just barely picked it up, and I imagine if I come out on another trip with them next year, there's gonna be a lot more mods with that Tacoma. Man, what a beautiful morning to be back out on the trail. From my understanding, we're going to go by City of Rocks, or a small City of Rocks. I don't think it's the main City of Rocks, but some hoodoos. And we're gonna be on an old stagecoach line road, which is really cool. Today we're gonna do over 110 miles, so it's gonna be a long day, a lot of miles covered. I do think supposedly it's supposed to be a little bit faster pace than what we did yesterday, so even though I think we're going maybe 10 or 15 miles further today, we anticipate it being a little bit faster paced day. Oh, it's so beautiful, and I love that we have, yesterday we have the beautiful bright blue skies. Today we've got a little bit of cloud cover, a little overcast look to it. Kind of just changing up the look and feel of everything. Is pretty cool. The camera can do this view of us driving down into this valley no justice whatsoever, but it is absolutely beautiful. We've been kind of climbing up this stagecoach route up the ridge. I don't know if the road we just turned down moves us off of the stagecoach route or not, but we are, man, that is just beautiful. You can see this nice canyon that we're going to be moving our way through, and that is really, really pretty. Well, we've stopped at a historical marker here, and there's actually a bunch of petroglyphs in this cool little slot canyon. So we came down that really cool ridge line, and as you can see, look at this, there's this slot canyon back in here. It reminds me of Red Rock country, but obviously not Red Rock. But back on here, you can see a bunch of petroglyphs that have been painted in. Some of them are a little bit more faint, but you can definitely see some. I'll showcase some. They're really beautiful. I love petroglyphs, pictographs. If you follow the channel along, you know that I'm kind of obsessed with them. So when I saw that that's what we were stopping to take a look at, just super excited. This is so beautiful, and it's so cool that, you know, obviously you had, you know, different Native Americans all over throughout the United States, and, you know, even though I'm used to a lot of the Fremont, you can see some kind of similar things. I'm not sure, you know, which, you know, groups these were made by, but it's really beautiful. Check these out. Kind of a little bit hard to see because it blends in, but you have a bunch of different figures right up here. Yeah, this, man, I just love finding pictograph and petroglyph panels. That was a really cool petroglyph panel. I would love to have seen that, you know, when it was a little bit clearer. You can definitely tell that it's eroded over time. They've tried to do some restorations, but there was some pretty unique figurines. And one of the things that's cool is, you know, every area, you know, just because of the different, you know, tribes and things, like the actual panels and things just look a little bit different. They have like their own style. Like you can definitely tell, like the Fremont had, you know, fairly similar styles and things. And I don't know, it's little gems like that that really make a trail like this, which was already really fun and cool, but it really just adds that extra level of unique historical aspect that I love. George has just put together such an amazing route. I love that there's things like this along the way. Great homesteads, some petroglyph panels, some beautiful rock formations. Excellent. So this Ford diesel in front of me, he has, it's set up with biodiesel. I think he says he has like 180 gallons or something like that. I can't remember at the ton. Anyways, it's funny because, you know, he has a couple different places that he gets stuff from, and when he's driving around, it smells like French fries. I've been following him coming up on lunchtime, and man, I'm getting hungry. So right now we are at Little City of Rocks, and it is so cool. It's like a white sandstone, and it's just, I think they're technically just hoodoos. It's a bunch of hoodoos, and it's not what you would expect based on where we're just going through those kind of like golden fields, and then we kind of come around a corner and you have this really neat rock formation. It'd be really fun to play some tag in here, running around and just kind of hiding and exploring. It'd be pretty sweet. Man, we just left Little City of the Rocks, and that was really neat. It was kind of unexpected because it's not like we were around a bunch of rocks. We're kind of just going through some, you know, these, you know, desert fields, and then bam, we kind of pop up on those, bunch of, you know, white sand hoodoos. Now we're just bombing down some 2-track. It is definitely dusty. There's no wind, so it's not coming up the trail. I'm trying to give a little bit of space in between us. Really pretty though. Still have about 100 miles of range, but a few other people were filling up, so I figure I might as well take the time to top off too. We just spent the last couple of hours going through a bunch of those incredible rolling hills. We just pulled up to Sailor Butte right here, which is really cool. I'm gonna try to get the drone up and get some footage of it because it looks pretty impressive to me. Looks, at least right here, the next couple of roads are maybe a little bit faster gravel. It's getting into the late afternoon. I think maybe we have another 20 or 30 miles before camp for tonight. But yeah, that is an impressive rock right there. It's amazing when there's something like that just kind of popping up. It's been mostly just these fields, and then bam, you get that. Pretty cool. Well, we got into camp maybe 7:30ish or so, and we had a nice little storm kind of go through. We're getting a little bit of drops here and there. Everyone is just working on putting up their camp. Today was, man, it was incredible. It was so beautiful. We had some incredible hill climbs, had an awesome time, you know, checking out the Petroglyph panel. Man, it just in general, overall, a really, really good day. So right now we're just setting up camp, gonna try to get some dinner in. Hopefully don't get rained on too much. Probably gonna go for something pretty quick. But overall, a really solid day out on the trail. George has done us very well with this route. It's been so much fun.